Hi, welcome to Just Show Up video blog. Today I have an email from a young woman who's in college, and she had read my book a while back, and she had been contemplating some things that she had been going through in life and had asked me a few questions. And so she sent me an email literally with a list of questions that she wanted me to answer. And as I saw this, even though I answered her by email, I thought, I might as well do a video blog on this because it could be that some of you might have some of the same questions after having read Exposed, Inexcusable Me, Irreplaceable Him. One of the first questions that she has is, did you ever attend any classes in college? It seems as if you were partying the whole time. Yes, I was a very good student in college, even despite all the things that happened to me socially and with the rape and all that I was suffering through. I wanted to be good, a good student, and so I tend to be a very anal and type A person. And, you know, as much as that went along with the partying that I did, even if I partied so much, you know, to where I was trying to drown out those feelings and trying to get away from that suffering I was going through, I still woke up that next morning and went to my 8 o'clock class. I graduated a long time ago with my BA with a 3.4 out of a 4.0 average, and then I went on to get my master's and got a 4.0 average GPA out of a 4.0 with my master's. So, and I'm not a book smart person. I really had to apply myself. So I guess in that, it just goes along with my determination to still want a part of me to succeed, to do something good, even though it felt like everything else in my world was going wrong. The next question she has is, when all of that stuff was happening with each different guy, did you just let it happen? Like you just sat there not really knowing? I think I know what you mean, but I just didn't think it was right. Did I just sit there? Yeah. I think there was a point where I had been used by so many young men and had put myself into so many situations that I didn't feel like I was worthy enough to fight back. Looking back, I wish I was the person I am now. I mean, I wouldn't have myself in that situation now, but if I did, I would definitely be sticking up for myself and demanding respect and saying, you know, and getting out of that situation and fighting back and realizing, you know, like, you are not good for me and I don't deserve you to treat me like this or to do these things to me. But that's when I wrote the book. I mean, I cried for that young woman that I was, because I didn't see that in me at the time. I didn't recognize what I was worth. I didn't recognize that I didn't need or deserve to be treated the way that I was allowing myself to be treated. The next question is, do you think that the very first time anything sexual happened with a guy in your life, that it led to other things? Like, if that didn't happen, do you think you would have still been doing all the other stuff with the guys as much? From what I'm guessing is, she's asking, if I was never raped when I was a virgin, that 2 weeks before my 17th birthday, would I have still done all these other things with the guys? See, the issue is, and I believe I did write about this in the book, I was seeking a love to fill my heart. I had walked away from God, and by me turning my back on Him, feeling as if He didn't love me and that I could no longer, you know, be in the graces of God, I was then wanting to fulfill this hole that walking away from God had left in my heart. Did I recognize that at the time? No. But I knew, I will say I did know, that all I wanted to do was be loved. That's all I wanted. And so when I was with guys, even before I was raped the first time, did I go too far in certain circumstances? Yeah, I did. It felt good at times, or it was what I felt like, would make the guy like me. Am I proud of this? Absolutely not. No, I'm not proud of that. It's just the truth. It's how I felt. And, my heart goes out to any young woman right now feeling like this. I've been hearing so many things going on with young women today. Even the women, even you that are in your 20s, or even late 20s, feeling like as if you have to give something of yourself in order to receive that love from a man. And all men aren't bad. And honestly, most men that are good and Christian and holy, they would not even want that of you. They wouldn't ask you to give something of yourself that you wouldn't want to give. That they would respect you and uphold your dignity. I think women today, we have to recognize that our fight for ourselves, that we are worthy and that we don't need to do things that don't feel right at the time. We don't need to give something of ourselves that shouldn't be given away, whether it be sex or anything that leads up to that. I wish that I had found that truth for myself when I was that age. I'll just do one last question. She says, what made you What made you decide to be open and honest about your life and put it in a book? I was called, and I so badly didn't want those of you who have suffered in this same way, in this same situation, or who suffer through insecurities or lack of worth and that sort of thing. I just didn't want you to feel like you're alone. And so God blessed me with a journey of learning to be bold about my story and confident, and to give me the strength to share it in its truth, in its entirety. And I continue, and there's much more for me to share. And, I'm on a continuous journey. I'm glad to say that I am not that young woman anymore. I love her, and I don't regret having had to go through the suffering that I had to go through. If I could have done it all over, would I have not made some decisions that I made? Absolutely. But, having lived through the suffering I've lived through, it has made me the person that I am today, who's strong, and I know my worth, and I know who God has created me to be, and I know that I am His beloved, and He fills that hole in my heart again. Thank you, and I hope that this has helped even one person today. God bless.